What's up, insiders? Deuces Jack, and I'm back with another review. We got a reviewer's atomizer to go over today. This one is the AiVape Ohana. This one is a collaboration between AiVape, Heavy Metal Vapor, and Johnny Drips. Before we get into the video, head on over to our Facebook group. We're going to have a link down below. The bigger the group gets, the stronger we get, the more informed we are. Head on over there and check it out. There's a great group of people over there. Now, you guys know this is a reviewer product, so you're going to get a real review here. No politics, no nothing. If anything, I'm harder on reviewer products than I am on regular products. So let's check this thing out. Here's the Ohana. Now, this thing is very shiny. Okay, so I'm just going to show it to you real quick here. As soon as you touch this thing, man, it looks like a crime scene. So, you know, just be aware throughout the video, it's going to get schmutzy. You can see on the bottom, it says the serial number, AiVape, designed by Heavy Metal Vapor and Johnny Drips. They don't put the name of the RDA on the bottom. I wish they would have. I got to be honest, man, while it is subtle, I'm not too crazy about that Ohana branding on there with that Kung Fu Panda font. You know, Jesus Christ. I mean, just put it on the bottom for crying out loud. Nobody wants to see branding on the sides of their RDAs. I don't understand what these people don't get. You know, it's annoying. And if it is going to be there, then engrave it or something so it's not that loud. I mean, I just don't like that there. I'm sorry, man. I just don't. On the top here, you got your goon-style drip tip, 810 drip tip. Excuse the condensation. It just came out of my ultrasonic cleaner. All right, you do only get one drip tip. All right, but this one is comfortable. I do like it. Now, here's the interesting thing. Here's the airflow. You can cut it down like that, okay? Whatever you do on one will happen on the other one. But here's the interesting thing. I watched their presentation video, and they said they did this little design up here so you can get a grip. Well, this thing doesn't provide any grip. I would have rather have seen some knurling. It's way too smooth to provide any grip. I just don't understand what they were going for. I mean, if you wanted to break this thing up, why didn't you put some knurling over here or at least some knurling on the top there? While this looks aesthetically pleasing, it really isn't functional. It is slippery. Okay, so now this is a two-piece barrel. This is your airflow control ring. This actually comes off, okay? So you can see that, all right? You got a nice solid O-ring over here. Good job with the resistance. Now this comes off, and the O-ring resistance on the bottom is nice as well, okay? And now you can see, you know, this is how it works. You got this two-piece barrel, and it's kind of got like a stepped-up design, right? And when you add this part to it, you can kind of see the slight doming that they went with. I do like that a lot. It's probably going to contribute to some good flavor. You get this plastic sort of top cap, right? This PMA top cap. It's clear. When you use this, you can adjust the airflow. You get this little piece right here. This actually, you know, helps you cut your coil to the exact length that you need for this deck. You get a little baggie here with two rather nice coils, a squonk pin, a spare deck screw, and some spare O-rings. All right, I only see one. Oh, no, there's 3 spare deck screws in there. Okay, correction. You also get these 2 Allen keys as well. The small one is for the deck screws. The big one is for the squonk pin. Now, let's take a look at this deck because this deck is interesting, all right? You got like these big honeycomb airflows right here. Here are your post screws, all right? If you want to do a single coil on this, you got to leave your leads a little longer. Mount them both on the same side and bend them over, okay? And then your cotton wicks go in here. I don't know if you can see that, but you see that little hole right there, okay? That's your squonk hole. When you squonk, the juice is going to come out of there. I wish they would have opened up these walls a little bit so when you drip, whatever excess juice goes through this honeycomb actually circulates into the well. What they're saying is happening is even if you over drip and you fill this part underneath up, what's going to happen is when you pull the airflow through, that juice is going to raise up and hit your coil. And, you know, you really shouldn't get any spit back because you're going to have a coil here and a coil here, and that's going to be blocking anything spitting back at you. So that's a nice design. I just wish they would have made an outlet hole on each side just so that that juice in there could circulate to the wicks. I think that would have been a better design, all right? Now, these post holes aren't the biggest, all right? They're really not. Now, these post screws, I think they could have been a little bigger. They are 1.5 millimeter hex screws, but I would have rather have seen them go a little bigger, maybe with a 2 millimeter screw. I think they definitely had the room for it, and I would have liked to have seen them bang out terminal space, that terminal slot, a little bigger. Again, I just think they did have the room for it. Now, as far as the airflow goes, see that right there? That's your airflow. It does slant down, okay? It goes downward. So basically what happens, if you over squonk or over drip, you're literally going to have to fill this thing up with a massive amount of juice, like up to here. You're going to have to fill it up to there in order to get this thing to even start to leak. You're just not going to leak because of the way they angled this airflow. See that? The way they angled that airflow down. So that's a nice job on the design as well. Kind of impressed with that. It's nothing groundbreaking. We've seen this before. The Blitz Hermetic had it. I think the Cthulhu Mjolnir had it. You know, it's nothing groundbreaking. We've seen that before. I've just never seen this platform with the honeycomb before. That's kind of new. The Cthulhu used like more of a drain system here, and I would have rather them go that way with this, but, you know, let's see how this works. That's what it should look like, all built and wicked. Now that it's all wet, let's give it a test fire, see if we got vape. Oh, yeah, we got vape, and let me tell you something, man, it smells fantastic. Now we're going to take our top cap. I'll pop it on there, lock it down, open up that airflow right there, take it off our 521. Let's pop that drip tip in there, and now we're all built and wicked. All right, insiders, let's get into it. Let's get into those cons and pros. First con's going to be, man, I just feel like this thing is a little too restrictive, especially when you're running dual coils in it. I don't really like running a single coil in it. I don't feel like I get enough flavor that way. I just think it could have used a little bit more airflow, in my opinion. As a dripper, if you're going to use this as a dripper and you're an over dripper, you better get used to some gurgling, because this thing gurgles if you put too much juice through it. So I got to point that out as well. It's also got those angled airflows, like kind of like that dead rabbit style, right? And you got to be careful, because if the airflow is like facing down and you purge, you're going to hit yourself in the face with some vape. So just be aware of that as well. I don't know why they can't, you know, lessen that angle a little bit. It just doesn't make any sense, man. Why would you do that? You know, it's a con. I don't like it at all. And the last con's going to be that ridiculous font, those big letters, Ohana, that Kung Fu Panda font on the front of the atomizer. Come on, man. You guys are reviewers. You know better than this. You've had a million products where people kill it on the branding. And what do? You put big, gaudy branding on this thing, and it's ugly. I got to point that out as a con. But that's it on the cons. Nothing that's a real deal breaker. Let's get on to the pros, because we do have some pros here. First pro is going to be that airflow, very, very smooth. Pro. Flavor on this one, definitely above average. I'd actually say it has very good flavor. It's not, oh my God, flavor, but the flavor is very good. If you're going to use this as a dripper, I love the location of the coils. You drip down the middle, that juice is just going to splash right onto those coils. I love it. It's great as a dripper. I actually prefer it as a dripper as opposed to a squonker. It's built well. The machining on this is very nice for the price point. It's got nice O-ring tolerances. I like that. I'm holding it right by the barrel. You know, it's on top of my double barrel. It ain't moving. Good job on that. I like the notched barrel on it. Makes it easy to line up the airflow holes. Great job, pro. And the last pro is going to be you get 2 barrel sections with it. I don't think I mentioned it down low, but you get this PC barrel with it. Now, the only thing, if you use this barrel, it locks in. and you can't adjust the airflow. But let's face it, the airflow hole isn't that big to begin with, so there's not much of an adjustment you could really do. It does keep things a little cooler. It also bumps it out to 25 millimeters, so it looks better on some of the bigger mods. Let me show you some of the cloud production on this thing. Right now I got dual coils in there, ohming out at 0.24 ohms at 85 watts. Check it out. Not bad considering this was not made to be a cloud chucker. The flavor is very good. The clouds aren't bad at all either. So there you go. That's the cloud production. I'm getting good saturated flavor. It's a good RDA. It's nothing special. It's nothing terrible. It's right what I would say a little better than middle of the road as far as RDAs on the market right now. I mean, if I had to bottom line this one, insiders, like I said before, it's nothing you should like run out and go buy. It's nothing groundbreaking. It's nothing, oh my God. It's a very good RDA. Some people are not going to like it because of the limited airflow and the limited range on the airflow, and that's a legitimate complaint. The bottom line is you can get other dual coil atomizers with better flavor and that have more of an airflow spectrum that you can adjust to your needs. But otherwise, it's a very good RDA. I really have no major complaints with it. Let's get into some of the specs on the AiVape Ohana RDA. You can put it in 24 millimeter mode or 25 millimeter mode. You can run a single or dual coil in it. It has an anti-leak airflow system that we went over down low. Hey insiders, make sure you head on over to our Facebook group. It's a great group of people over there, very well-informed people. You'll always have the latest information over there when it comes to advocacy. We're always talking about vaping. It's drama-free. I highly recommend it. Click that link down below. So that's it, insiders. That's all I got for you today. Make sure you check out the link down below. Want to thank AiVape for sending this to me for the review. Remember, insiders, it's more important now than ever that you fight for your right to vape. I'm going to see you guys on the next one. You keep living that vape life. We're out. Deuces.